emails from them. Some of them are very confused as to who their advisors are, directors are, where their money's at, different things like that. And that sometimes is where you guys come in to form those connections and build those bridges and kind of help them with questions that really pertain to your specific schools and colleges. So you guys are going to be working really closely with them this year. We're going to be building up those relationships. I'm really excited for it. And again, if you guys have any questions about schools council and about kind of the new way we are doing things, come to me, email me, let me know. You can probably find me in the office. I'm usually up there at some point during the day. So if you guys need anything, let me know. That's all I have.
Thank you. Does anyone else would like to use the open floor time? Seeing none, we will now move on to the acceptance of the minutes. The minutes were sent out to you electronically. Are there any updates or amendments to the minutes? Seeing none, the minutes will be accepted. We'll now move on to exec announcements, beginning with Jacqueline Kennedy.
Hey guys, it's me again. Just wanted to take a quick second to really thank y'all for retreat. For those of you who have been in SGA, I know it's a little different. For those of you who this is your first year, thank you for buying into it. This team did a lot of work, so we'll see the snaps to put more work for retreat. But thank y'all for buying into it. I think it was the most efficient group and effective group I've ever seen in like a 12-hour period, so thank y'all for that as well. I cannot wait to see the great things that come from that. Know that I'm behind you, this team is behind you, so if you need any help with your goals that you set or any of the ideas that you have that you want to bring to fruition, please know that we're here for you. We're ready for right here. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Next, we'll have our EVP of Initiatives, David Factor.
Hey y'all, just a couple of updates from the summer that I want to share with y'all. The first is with the syllabus bank. So I know that when it rolled out in the spring, there were a couple different issues with being able to upload and some professors had some concerns. We've addressed those concerns, and over the summer we were able to add a link on the AU Access page to find the syllabus bank. I know there's some issues with access, so now when you go on AU Access, there's a link to the syllabus bank under your advising section. And then next, this week starts Safety Week. So this week we're trying to promote all different on-campus resources pertaining to safety. This is really important for freshmen since they haven't been on campus for very long and may not know what's available to them. Each day is going to be themed. So tomorrow is going to be Sexual Assault Prevention Awareness. So we'll be on the concourse promoting Green Dot. And then on Thursday we'll be doing mental health with student counseling services. And then on Friday we will be promoting nighttime transportation, and we'll be downtown passing out materials for Tiger 10, security shuttle, and Uber. So if you can do any concourse hours this week, please do. This is going to be a really cool event and something that could potentially make this campus safer. So thank y'all.
Thank you, David. Next, we'll have our EVP of Programs, Faith Webb.
Hey guys, just want to put two things on your radar really quick. So one, form applications close Wednesday. So if you know any freshmen who you think would want to be involved in that, please encourage them to apply. The application is on AU Evolve. Like I said, closes Wednesday night, 11:45 p.m. And then the second thing is that Shaker arrival, given that rain doesn't rain us out, it will be from 1:30 to 2:30. I'm sorry, Shaker distribution. So we're putting the Shakers out in the stadium. And that's just full time to get in there and see the calm before the storm and help SGA out a little bit. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Faith. And lastly will be our EVP of Outreach, Bree Thomas.
Hey everybody. Okay, so this week, like David said, is Safety Week, and we're going to be on the concourse on Tuesday and Thursday for Safety Week, and then on Wednesday we'll be on the concourse for our normal concourse promotions. On Tuesday and Thursday, like David said, sexual assault awareness and prevention and mental health. So Justin said I only had 2 minutes now, so I'm not going to make y'all pull out y'all's phones to sign up, but please, after this Senate meeting, please sign up. He put some spaces in red on the Google Docs sign-up sheet, and those are specifically reserved for senators, so I'll be checking that tonight. And if you didn't sign up, I'll be sending Justin another email so he can send you one. And then on Wednesday, we are doing game day promotion. We're going to be handing out the student ticketing handouts, so make sure you refresh yourselves on the new student ticketing policy like we said on Saturday. And we really want to encourage everybody to wear jerseys, bring footballs. We'll have the Giant United cards out there, and it'll be a really good time for us to promote the new changes with game day because that is really important to students. Oh, also, last thing, we are having our second Family Friday this Friday on Cater Lawn from 11 to 1. We are partnering with Emerge. It's going to be really exciting. We're going to have hopefully a lot of the new Emerge freshmen kind of coming in and out, and it'll be a good time to meet a lot of your constituents. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Bree. Are there any more executive announcements? Seeing none, we will now move on to college reports, beginning with at-large.
I report.
College of Agriculture.
So College of Agriculture. So this past week we had our first welcome back picnic, and it was really great. We had about 300 people come, so it was really cool. I actually, myself and with the rest of the schools council, we got to like pass out the food, and so it was a really cool way to like get to talk to all of our constituents and like see their faces and just make like those good connections. We had our like name tags on again, and like who we were. Anyway, it was really awesome. We set our office hours as a schools council, and we had our first meeting, and we really like have good goals that we're building upon. And so our theme this year is connect, because we really want to connect College of Agriculture more with what they call main campus, which is all of you. And so if you have any friends that are in the College of Ag, I really just like urge you to connect with them and connect with what the College of Ag is doing, because I think that it's really important to make everyone feel like they're part of the family. So.
Thank you, Senator Anderson. Catsy.
Cookie Catsy. I had a really cool opportunity of speaking at my college's convocation about a week ago. It's not kind of what you think a convocation is. I know ours, we think students coming in, but our college actually holds one for all the faculty coming in so that they can meet the new ones and also talk about their goals for the year. So I was invited out to that, and it was a really cool opportunity to meet both the professors I had and will have and haven't had, and the people that just kind of don't know who I am, and tell them that these are my goals for their students so that they can utilize me in any way. So it was really cool. I was honored to be there. And then I also got to hand out food at our barbecue as well, just kind of get my face out there.
Thank you, Senator Key. College of Business.
Block business. This past Friday we had business and barbecue. Dean Grace helped us cook some barbecue out there, and so that was very beneficial for everybody there. Also, this past Friday we started construction on the new business building, so that's some big time. I'm excited to see that. And I'll leave y'all with a fun fact: over 10,000 students move in and out of Louder on an average day. So that's keeping on.
Thank you, College of Business. College of Education.
Floyd Education. We are trying to let all of our students know that KDP, our honor society for College of Ed, applications are out, and they'll be closing this week. And also we have tea time at the kinesiology building tomorrow from 9 to 11, so we're hoping to see a lot of students out there. And also we're working with the schools council to create social media accounts where we can give announcements of activities and things that we are hosting for the different buildings and areas in the College of Ed, and to get our information out there if they have questions or comments that they want to share with us.
Thank you, College of Education. College of Engineering.
Hill Engineering. This past Friday we had also back to school cookout. People hosted it, and there were so many students there. It was really cool to see, get to meet and interact with a lot of new freshmen, especially all the like engineering student organizations represented their things about with booths, and so people got to go around and look at all the stuff. So really good.
School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences.
Hey, Forestry and Wildlife. So, as my first week kind of as senator, we decided to set up office hours for around Monday. We want to really have an involvement with school council and SGA. We are going to have a fall icebreaker this Wednesday. We picked up the patties and we've gotten everything ready for the students to really welcome them in. And the big thing we're looking for is we really want to set up more safe zone tools. For forestry and wildlife, we've never been the most diverse school, and what we really want to do is bring a safe environment for kids coming in who might feel like they're a little underwhelmed or underrepresented. So with everything in light of politics and stuff going on around the nation, we really want to have a safe environment where no matter what color you are or what you may view, you can have a place that you can really feel safe and talk to with teachers and other students.
Grad school?
Zinner Graduate School. So I, just a few hours ago, met with my school's council and got a lot of plans going for the next semester. Two things in particular that are relevant to SGA and all students in Auburn. First of all is the Tiger Sitter Service. This is our first year. We're trying to match graduate student families with undergraduates who are willing to be babysitters for them This would be no cost involved for the graduate students. This is a program that a lot of people need. There's been a lot of requests for something like it. And for undergraduate students that are interested in participating, you will get CPR training, and it's some really good volunteer service, some good services will look good on your resume if you want anything related to education, childcare. If you have any interest whatsoever or know someone who does, please come talk to me after or send me an email. The other one that is going to be relevant issue is on Wednesday, the Graduate Student Council is going to be having a vote to determine interest in starting a mentorship program for undergraduates, ideally mostly first generation, but really for anybody. So our goal is, if there's enough interest among graduate students, to meet graduate students and connect them with undergraduate students who are interested in applying to programs. So if you're interested in history, maybe you'd be talking to me because I know what it's like to apply to grad school in history. And we're hoping to find people from all around so we can match people up, get Auburn students into the best graduate schools they can and feel the best about doing so.
Thank you, Senator. Human sciences. Liberal arts.
Ward Liberal Arts. Well, throughout the summer, we worked with Jacqueline and her team on continuing the intern housing program that Jacqueline and Cody started when they were in our seats almost a year ago. A few of us were in DC interning this summer, so we got to see the program firsthand. And Jacqueline, as she discussed during the retreat this weekend, is really, we have a lot of different programs going on with this housing initiative, and it's really moving forward. And it's going to be a great resource not only for college or liberal arts students, but hopefully for students throughout the whole university. We also were a part of our college's Welcome Week along with our schools council this past week, where we were able to hand out ice cream to the many different college or liberal arts students in front of Titchener Hall. And then this week we're doing something a little bit different with our office hours. Since the College of Liberal Arts has buildings scattered all over campus, we decided to do our office hours and kind of on the road, where we're taking them to the different College of Liberal Arts buildings scattered throughout the campus. So this week we'll be at Biggin Hall, which is over by Toomer's Corner. And then the next week we'll be at Goodwin Music Hall, which is over at the by the Hill dorms. So that's two different parts of the campus, and we're just trying to see all the students. And then tomorrow, all the College of Liberal Arts leaders will be meeting with President Lee to just discuss the College of Liberal Arts and to discuss what students in the College of Liberal Arts are kind of looking for in the year ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Ward. School of Pharmacy.
Old Pharmacy. So our pharmacy research building is completed, and a lot of the research professors who used to be at the Walker building have now moved to the other side of campus and have brand new labs. This is going to allow us to bring several PhD researchers to Auburn's campus, and I'm really excited at the material that Auburn is going to produce now that we have these brand new facilities. At the pharmacy school, we have welcomed about 150 new student pharmacists. They got their white coats 2 weeks ago, and so I was able to be at that ceremony. It was really nice and meaningful, when you remember mine, and I've just tried to be very visible to these new student pharmacists because we have attracted, of course, students from all over the country, and I want them to know that they have a voice in me. And I also wanted to let y'all know that the pharmacy school has completely revamped the PharmD curriculum, and this new class of students that have just entered the school are the first class to have begun this new curriculum. So I don't know how relevant that may be for all of you, but if you know anyone who's applying, if they have questions about is there something new going on at the pharmacy school? I've heard talks of a new curriculum. Give them my email address or something like that. I'm more than welcome to answer any questions that they may have about that.
Justin.
Fruin Kosam. So we had a pretty eventful first week. Along with this department and several local organizations, we helped pass out solar eclipse classes, which was a fun time. We also We also got to do a welcome week with some other COSAM organizations. We got to be lunching with students out by the Kim building. And finally, we got the ball rolling on installing more Regal water systems in the Kim building. So.
And lastly, is that
Pickett Van Ed. On Friday, the school council and I held a meeting with all the presidents and vice presidents of the different clubs and kind of told them our role in SGA and what we can do for them. And then we are currently planning 3 different green dot training sessions for the students during our lunch over the month of October.
Thank you. All right, we'll now move on to committee reports, beginning with the executive committee and Senator Bernie.
Bernie, liberal arts. Okay, so first off, I'm just super excited to be back and get the ball rolling for this semester. The ticket appeals committee bill that we discussed this weekend, there were some revisions to it. So in a little bit, Emily's going to go up and explain those. And I think discussion of the table, it may come up, so just be sure that you're paying attention to that. Also, the packets in front of each of your college are the ones that we discussed that you would be getting this past weekend. So there's some ticketing game day handouts in there. Use those as a tool in your college hours this week discussing those. I'm going to be sending out a link, hopefully with minutes after tonight, just with the Excel sheet for you to fill in where you're going to be and when you're going to be doing this, so we can get those on the website so students will know where you're at. And then just be sure to sign up for those concourse hours that Rue was talking about and be out there for safety week and talking about game day this week as it goes on. But that's all. Oh wait, and exec is meeting at 8 p.m. in conference room A on Wednesdays, so you have to come to Wednesdays.
Academic affairs, Senator Sullivan.
Sullivan at large. Our team had an awesome retreat. We're really excited about all of our good ideas. Yes, Brooks and everyone else, we're just very fired up about the semester. A few quick, I guess, fun things we're really thinking and looking into. The first, this was suggested to us by Hannah, is job excuses are currently not, from our understanding, approved as an absence in a lot of classes. So we're trying to look into changing that because it can be sometimes really frustrating. And then another thing we're really curious about is peer advising. So we've noticed that a lot of advisors have issues with just having a lot of students that they're having to advise through the academic process, as well as thinking about going to grad school and all of that. So a lot of the projects and things we're looking into for this semester are kind of focused around that, and just kind of looking at how the different schools manage their advising systems and then possible ways we can improve that. So that's kind of some things we can think about.
Thank you, Senator Sullivan. Budget and finance.
Simmons Business said the Budget and Finance Committee will be meeting at 5 o'clock on Mondays downstairs in the conference room by the Office of Group Life in the student media office. And then, so budgets are due this Thursday by the end of the day. And then hearings will be 2 weeks from this Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday, Thursday, I think it's the 13th and 14th. It'll start at 6 and hopefully not go past 9:30. But we'd love for y'all to come out today. Those are a lot of fun. Yeah, we're really interested to see where your money goes and the process of your money actually being allocated. And then after hearings, hopefully once we get all the budgets cut down to the amount that we have to allocate, those budgets will go through as future orders on September 18th. But, so yeah, that's all I got.
Thank you, Senator Simmons. Fred Laws.
Stone Agriculture. Okay, hey guys, I'm really excited to be back. My committee had a great time at retreat, just like everyone else did, I'm sure. So the biggest thing that we're focusing on this year is code education. I know we've bounced around the idea, y'all probably heard us talk about it last semester and this semester about really like educating all of you on the code because, you know, it's the governing body that helps dictate all that we say and do and helps us legislate. And so I think it's really important that we all have a better understanding of it. So starting this week and every week we're going to do a little presentation to just inform y'all some of the code and do so I have a little slideshow. Anyway, today we're going to go through the first 2 titles of the code. They're not super long, so bear with me, but okay, well, so the is just one little chapter, and it's about the formatting of the code. And so the code has 15 different titles in it, so that's 15 sections. Each of them is dealing with related and similar topics, and each of them is composed of a number of numerically designed chapters, which sounds kind of funky, but just means that it's like Title 1 through 15, and then Title 1 starts with Chapter 100, and then Title 2 starts with Chapter 200, and then 201, 202, basically like that. So you can go ahead to the first one. Thank you. Yeah. And so then it also says that they are subdivided as necessary, and they're divided as, like I said, the chapters 100, and then you go from that into chapter 100. If it has a subdivision under it, it would be chapter 100.1, and then chapter 100.2. And then underneath that, if it has further subdivisions, then it can be chapter 100.1.1, and then chapter 100.1.1.1. So that's super confusing and kind of annoying, but that's the way it is. And the code specifically states that that's the only type of formatting we can use. So as fun as it is, that's what we get to use. You go to the next one. Yeah. So Title 2 deals with the executive branch of SGA. In Chapter 200, it talks about the additional responsibilities of the SGA president. So there's actually a President's Council of SGAs for all of the universities in Alabama, and so our very own Jacqueline serves on that. She also is a voting member of the Auburn University Senate, which is not us, we're the Student Senate. The Auburn University Senate is like the faculty senate. And she obviously appoints the members of executive cabinet and appoints representatives to university boards and committees. So this is just kind of talking about the law that governs the executive cabinet. It states that to be on a board or committee, you have to have a 2.0 cumulative unadjusted Auburn GPA, and you have to be enrolled in Auburn one semester prior to serving. And that's basically the same requirement for everyone serving in cabinet, except you have to have a 2.5 cumulative unadjusted Auburn GPA. You have more than 3 unexcused absences, they're required to forfeit their membership in their position. And it also states that no one can serve in more than one branch of SGA, so you can't be in Senate. Yes, this is additional executive officers. So, yeah, so that's like basically talking, this section deals with our exec officers, like Justin and everyone else. And they have to be enrolled or working for Auburn University during the summer. So, as you all probably know, they work super hard over the summer, and that's, stated in the code that they have to. And so we commend them for their hard work. And it also states that the SGA president can at any time appoint, with the approval of 2/3 of the Student Senate, any extra executive officers. So this part just like outlines the duties of each of the additional executive officers. You all basically know what they all do because you're in SGA, but the chief of staff just facilitates all communication between, the members of SGA and other university offices. The Vice President of Initiatives oversees projects and initiatives developed by SGA. The EVP of Programs oversees the direction and execution of programs. EVP of Marketing is in charge of all the marketing and promotion. And EVP of Outreach oversees SGA campus relations and feedback. So that's all I got. Thanks for bearing with me. I know it's super boring, but it's important that you all know that. So.
Inclusion and diversity.
Okay, Cassie. As previously stated, we had an awesome time in cabinet. Our session was really special. Particularly, we got to finally meet campus relations. And of course, we all know that we essentially have the same goals. It was really cool to meet our family in cabinet that really is working towards the same thing we were working in the initiative sides of it. If you guys kind of want an abbreviated version of what we did or what we took away, the main question we focused on was who has ever, you guys feel free to answer this, who has come to college and met that one person that has changed the way that they view something, who's come to college and this view that they've held their whole life has changed just by that one person they met. Everyone in that room, nobody here raised their hand, but everybody in that room did. So our main takeaway from that, other than just to be a good person, was that's what we should be for SGA. Particularly going forward with things like the football ticketing policy, we stand behind it not because we're supposed to, we stand behind it because we truly believe that it's a good thing for all students. We just need to be that one person that the regular student on the concourse comes in contact with that truly believes that this is a good thing, and we need to change their mind on it. That's just the main takeaway that we came from our retreat with. The second thing I would love to talk about is also Inclusion and Diversity is actually posting a speaker series. I don't know if you guys heard about it, called Critical Conversations. It's going to be really, really cool. The first one's actually September 1st at 5. It'll be Cornell West talking about, what is he talking about?
He's going to be with Robert Jordan.
Very cool dynamic. Just a bit of foreshadowing. He is a self-proclaimed liberal. He's bringing along his best friend, who's a self-proclaimed conservative, and they're just going to hash it out in the most respectful way possible. So it should be a good time. My whole committee's going to be there. This is a part of a series that's supposed to tackle things like microaggressions, just racism in a bigger context. It's going to be really, really cool. We would love to see you guys there. Come hang out with my committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator O'Keefe. And lastly, student affairs.
Clark, at large. So we also had a really good time at retreat. We got a lot done. A couple things to be on the lookout for. We have asked research to help us with an OIT project that we're working on, that we're going to be sending out a survey, just kind of figuring out what programs everybody uses for their class. And then secondly, facilities has asked us to look into helping with the situation on campus, because right now the are kind of damaging the trees, and they want to keep on campus, which is like a way to kind of save the trees. So we're going to be sending out surveys about both of those. So if y'all could share those when you see them, that would be great. And then also something really exciting, an idea that we got from LSU. They have a student Bill of Rights, and so we're going to be writing that tonight in our committee meetings, and so hopefully you'll be seeing that soon. It's exciting.
Seeing that there are no more committee reports, we will now move on to general orders of business. And Anna will call the first bill.
PSSB 17082801.
This bill is brought to you by Senator Stem.
STEM agriculture. Hey guys, so Skylar can already talk about this. This is the bill that we talked about on Saturday, and since passing on Saturday, not passing, but I'm talking about on Saturday, we have come up with a few more revisions that need to be made. So I'm gonna go through what the bill says now. We can read along up there. So it basically just says again the purpose of the Student Ticketing Appeals Committee, so that it'll have jurisdiction over the removal of the student football ticketing penalty points, and its purpose is to ensure that those are fairly distributed. Then it'll go into the makeup and selection process of the committee members. It kind of outlines what each of these committee members, like who they are and what their purpose is. So the chairperson will be the EVP of programs. The vice chairperson will be the SGA ADV of athletics. A student government association advisor will serve as a voting member on the committee, and then 3 undergraduate students will be appointed by the chairperson, and they'll serve as voting members as well on this committee. There will also be 2 alternates that will be available to serve if those 3 are not available on a certain night. And there will be a non-voting secretary who will also be appointed by the chairperson. So then it will go into duties of the committee members. So the chairperson of the committee will have the following duties. They'll preside at each session. They will be able to call special sessions of the committee when deemed necessary. They'll be able to vote only when they're needed to break a tie. They will decide with the vice chairperson whether these appeals require a formal hearing. So I'll go about later, but they will be necessary how many times per week they need to have available for formal hearings. The vice chairperson's duties will be once again deciding whether these appeals require a formal hearing, as well as to fulfill the roles of the chairperson when they're unavailable. The secretary will have the following duties. They will obtain all appeals on a weekly basis from the Student Ticketing Center. They will notify the committee members and they'll also notify the violators of their upcoming hearing by email, and they will keep the written record of every proceeding committee. The committee's duties will just be to review the evidence in each case that requires formal hearing and discuss any including incidents. So the appeal process is the next section, and these appeals will be submitted online through the football student ticketing center or ticket center within 3 days of receiving an email about penalty points. They will be notified by an automated email. The appeals will initially be reviewed by the chairperson, vice chairperson, and SGA advisor. The initial review committee will choose one of these 3 actions. They'll either approve and remove the penalty points, they'll either deny and uphold the penalty points, or they'll assign a formal hearing to be reviewed by the full committee. And if deemed necessary, the full committee will conduct a formal hearing with the appealing student present, and they'll choose one of these 2 actions, they'll either approve the appeal and remove the penalty points, or they'll deny the appeal and uphold the penalty points. So I know that's a lot, but those revisions all need to be made, and there's probably a lot more revisions that need to be made. So seeing all that, I actually moved to postpone this bill.
Motion has been made. Is there any discussion on this motion? Seeing none, we will now move to a vote. All those in favor of postponing indefinitely the current student ticketing bill, please say aye. And try to say on your aye first. All those opposed, please say no. All right, the student ticketing bill will be postponed indefinitely until further revisions are made. Thank you, Senator. The second bill will also be brought to you by Senator Stone, and Anna will call the bill.
PSSB 17082802.
Okay, so this bill, we went over it on Saturday as well. It's basically just changing the wording of section 304.4 to match more accurately with what we currently do. It's very important for the code to remain consistent with the actual practices that we're currently doing. So without further ado, I move to pass this bill.
Motion has been made. Is there any discussion on this motion? Seeing none, we'll now move on to a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say no. The ayes have it, and we will do the current review of the wording of section 304.4. Moving on to our last bill, Anna will call the bill.
PSSC 17082801.
This is brought to us by Senator Arthur.
Arthur Business. As we discussed on Saturday, this is a commendation on behalf of Susan Brooks, just in recognition for giving me a seat to Auburn earlier on the important topic of inclusion and diversity. So without further ado, I move to pass this bill as written.
Motion has been made. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Vice President.
Yes, Senator Rickey.
Okay, Nancy. I move to reword the very first sentence. Whereas Auburn University alumna, whereas Auburn University alumna.
In the last sentence as well.
In the last sentence.
Okay, a motion has been made. Is there any discussion on this motion? Seeing none, we'll now move on to a vote to change the 2 words of alumni to alumnus on the commendation for Tim Cook. All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed? All right, the changes will be so made.
So now, okay, now, I move to pass this bill as written.
Senator Simmons.
Mr. Vice President, can we see the changes first? Just
Yeah.
a second.
Thank you. All right, with the current commendation, a motion has been made. Is there any discussion on this motion? Seeing none, we'll now move on to a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. All All those opposed? Seeing none, the commendation for Tim Cook will be passed as written. Thank you, Senator Roger. We have no future orders of business tonight, so we're going right into my announcements. Thank you guys for bearing through that this first meeting. I know it was kind of long, but it was very good. We had to get a whole lot of things done. So Skylar kind of talked about it first. The packets that are in front of you are what we went over on Saturday. These will be used for your college office hours. And then for your conference hours, the link for the conference was sent with the send materials that our secretary sent out today. So those are the two resources that you have to get your office hours done for the supplementary in August. So I will be making a new sheet for setup. We kind of really didn't do it as much as I wanted to last year, but this is going to be kind of an Excel sheet that determines who's going to help set up the Senate room in the beginning. So it'll be done by college, and you just check this, and you just check the sheet. And if your college is on for the Monday that the next Senate date is, you guys just need to come 15 minutes early so that we can set up the room like it is now, instead of having tons of people like coming here at one time like that. I'll be sending that out later this week. And finally, next week is Labor Day, so we do not have a Senate. So that means all the bills and or resolutions or accommodations that you guys are working on, please continue to still do those, but we will not be meeting. So that doesn't mean like stop the work, but keep up the work so we can have it by the next week and have everything come through like we need. That's all I got. Brad.
Just two quick things, guys. Be our eyes and ears this coming Saturday. New football season, new systems, new things. So we need you guys to be ready to come back to this room next week, or not to next week, but to our email inboxes and everywhere, giving us feedback on the things that you see on Saturday. And so we can make sure that we're making adjustments for game 2 and making sure that the game day experience works the best for all students as possible. Second thing, the challenge that I give you guys typically at the start of each semester, and that's make your expectation for yourself, number one, a high one as a senator, but make it at least the bare minimum that you meet one student that you don't know every single week. At the bare minimum, you should be meeting somebody that you don't know every week and asking them what you can do for them and how you can make their Auburn experience better. So start that habit early, and only grow it from there. And you'll probably see a lot of good things come from that, both for you personally and for our entire student body as a result of those small little conversations. So thank you guys in advance for doing that.
Okay, quick quiz. What are the packets in front of you supposed to be used for? For your college hours. Okay, yes. Okay, you're correct. For your college. Everyone else, your college hours. And second, where is the link to sign up for conference hours? One more thing.
Hey guys, Michael, I thought it was at 5 o'clock on Friday too for the critical conversations, but it's actually 4 o'clock. So I'm sorry, I thought it was 2. So if y'all just want to make a note of that, the critical conversations are at 4 on Friday.
Thank you. All right, now we will now have ending roll call. Please press A on your iClickers. And do I hear a motion to adjourn? We can stay here.
Mr. Vice President,
Senator Timmons.
move to adjourn.
Motion has been made. Is there a second? Second. Motion has been made and properly second. All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed?